Hello, welcome back to Over and Over and Over Again. My name is Richard, and this is the top 5 players I would sign for Arsenal this summer. Hello, welcome back to Over and Over and Over Again. So my name is Richard, and in this video I'm going to look at the 5 players that I would sign for Arsenal this summer, which I think will enable us to be much more competitive in terms of getting into the top 4 and moving forward as a club next season. Looking at the positions that we're particularly weak in, players with Premier League experience, this is my top 5. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget, if you are new to the channel, please like, share, and of course, subscribe. Lots to get through, so let's get cracking. So it's obvious, isn't it, that we need a striker, at least one striker to come in this summer. My first choice actually would be a player who's got quite a lot of Premier League experience over the last few years. He didn't have the greatest season last season, a lot of injuries, but my pick would be Dominic Calvert-Lewin from Everton. He's 25 years old, so he's got the right kind of age profile that we need. We do need to get players a little bit older than we've currently got, with a little bit more experience, and I think he fits that bracket really, really well. He's a very physical striker as well. He's got a lot of strength. I think that's what we need. He'd be a really good target man, and more importantly than that, he's very, very good in the air. Now, we did improve our delivery from set pieces last season. We scored a lot more goals. He'll be a big threat from that as well. Also defensively, and also as well the fact we put a lot of crosses in, he'd be someone who can get on the end of them. We haven't really had an out-and-out centre-forward type striker since the days of Olivier Giroud, and I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin would be perfect for us in that role. His goal scoring record's not too bad either. If you take away the injuries that he suffered last season, he's actually scored 41 goals in his last 98 appearances. That's not a bad record, seeing as he's been playing in an Everton side that's generally been in the sort of bottom half of the table over the last couple of years. So I think with better players around him, with a better team structure, I think he could be really, really effective for us. People will look at his injury problems, of course, but that was only last season. Prior to that, the previous 3 or 4 seasons, he played most of the games for Everton. So he's got the Premier League experience. The only downside really for me is the fact that he's going to cost a lot more money, isn't he? He's English. We know how much English players tend to cost more money as well. Plus, he's still in the middle of a contract at Everton. So I think the price could be a stumbling block, but certainly I think he would be a really good option to improve our goal scoring. So my first pick would be Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Another position that I feel we need to strengthen is a wide player who can score goals. Of course, with Nicolas Pepe looking as though he may well be out of the club, it's not really worked out for him. I think we need somebody to replace him. For me, the ideal candidate would be a player who played in the Premier League last season. His first season in the Premier League, did really well. Unfortunately, his club Watford got relegated, so he may well be on the market. That player, of course, is Nigerian international Emmanuel Dennis. Again, he's a good age. He's 24 years old. So again, he would increase the average age of the team very, very slightly, which I think would be really important. For a first season in the Premier League as well, he did really well. He scored 10 goals in 35 appearances. So a good goal scoring record in a team that got relegated. That shows exactly the impact that he made. And playing, I say, in that wide area, I feel as though that's an area where we've certainly lacked goals. He got a lot of assists as well in that season for Watford. I say he impressed in a team that really did struggle. So again, with better players around him in a better team, I'm sure he could really thrive. The fact he's got Premier League experience as well, plus Watford have just been relegated. He has got 4 years left on his contract, but I do feel as though he's going to want to stay in the Premier League. I think a deal could be done, and I think he would be a great addition to our squad. So the second player I would like to see us sign this summer would be Emmanuel Dennis from Watford. Another position in the picture I feel as though we did struggle last season was in that central midfield area. When Thomas Partey was out, we never really had anybody to come in and could do a job for him. And of course, everybody knows that Granit Xhaka maybe isn't the player to really take us forward. So the player I would like to see us sign in that position is another player with a lot of Premier League experience in recent years, Yves Bissouma from Brighton. Mali international, again, he's 25 years old, good age, the sort of age that I say we should be looking at. He's got plenty of Premier League experience, 123 appearances for Brighton, and he scored 6 goals as well. Clearly, he's adapted really well to life in the Premier League. yes, he's a little bit temperamental on the pitch, we say, picks up a lot of yellow cards, but that's because he wants to get involved, he wants to win the ball, and I think that's sometimes a price you have to pay for a player like that. If you want a ball-winning midfield player, you're going to expect they're going to get yellow cards. I know he's had one or two problems off the pitch as well, and maybe that's something that Arteta wouldn't like, bearing in mind some of the issues that he's had with other players that have maybe had a few issues off the pitch as well. So that's something that we need to think about, something as well that we need to look at. But I certainly feel that he would certainly fit that role really well in that central midfield area. I've been after this player for quite a long time. I think he would really improve what we've got. He's only got a year left on his contract as well. Maybe this is the right time to be buying this player from Brighton. I say my third pick would be midfield player Yves Bissouma from Brighton. I do feel as though we perhaps need another striker as well. Yes, Eddie Nketiah signed a new deal, but Lacazette's gone, Aubameyang's gone, as we know, so we're very, very short in the area. I'll be looking at signing another striker as well. So my fourth pick would be Gabriel Jesus from Manchester City. This deal looks though it's probably already going to be done anyway, and I do feel as though he would be a really good addition. He's got a lot of experience in the Premier League, as we know. He's made over 230 appearances for Manchester City. He scored 95 goals. Bearing in mind, he's not been a regular starter, has he? He's been in and out of the team, sometimes plays from a wider position as well. So his goal scoring record isn't bad. And I feel as though playing regularly through the middle for this Arsenal team, he could well find himself scoring a lot more goals than he has done. He does seem keen to join Arsenal. Of course, Mikel Arteta knows him as well from the years that he worked together at Manchester City. So I feel as though he would fit really well into the team as well. And I think he would bring extra goals. I think him alongside Dominic Calvert-Lewin, that would give us real big options in the attacking end of the pitch. We don't quite know what the price will be yet, but I do feel as though this is a deal we can definitely get done. So the fourth player I would sign for Arsenal this summer would be striker Gabriel Jesus from Manchester City. So that leaves our fifth player then. Who would it be? Well, I do feel as though one of the big areas last season of concern was at left back. Kieran Tierney's injury record over the last couple of years has really been poor, and when he's been out we have really missed him. Young Nuno Tavares, of course, came in last season, didn't maybe do as well as we all hoped that he might, especially defensively. I thought he was not quite good enough, and maybe a season out on loan seems the most likely option for him. So that does leave us short in the left back position. So I do feel as though we need to bring someone in. My choice for that position would be a player, again, currently playing in the Premier League, who's had a really good season. Again, it's another player from Brighton. We seem to like our Brighton players, don't we? Marc Cucurella. The Spaniard, of course, he came from Barcelona's academy, so he perhaps understands Arteta's way of playing. So I do feel as though he would fit into our system. He's very, very good defensively, but also strong going forward as well. And we saw that with Brighton. He got Brighton's Player of the Year as well in his first season there. He's 23 years old, so he's the right sort of age that Arsenal were looking for as well. And I feel as though he would be a great addition to the squad. Yes, he's going to put pressure on Kieran Tierney's place, and I think that's important with Kieran Tierney's injury record. You can never have too many good players, and I really do feel as though he would really strengthen us in that area of the pitch. And I say he's going to be pressing for a first team place as well. So I'm looking at players here that aren't necessarily just going to come in and be squad players to sit on the bench, players that can really challenge and push and be playing regularly in the first team throughout the season. So I feel as though Marc Cucurella really fits this bill perfectly. I think he had a great season for Brighton. He looks like the sort of player that would fit in really well with the way that we want to play, and I think he would be a great addition to the squad. So the fifth and final player I would be signing for Arsenal this summer would be Marc Cucurella from Brighton. So that then is my top 5 signings for Arsenal this summer. Let me know what you think. I feel as though these players would fill up the gaps in the squad that we've got. You know, 2 centre forwards, a goal scoring wide player, a holding central midfield player who can win the ball box to box, and also as well cover for left back and put some pressure on Kieran Tierney. So they are the 5 players that I would sign. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is there anybody else you would like to sign? I've not looked outside the Premier League at this moment in time, because I feel as though players that have played in the Premier League can come straight in and settle in. I think players from different leagues may take a little bit longer, and I feel as though we need to start the season well. We need to get players in who can adapt straight away to the Premier League. So I feel as though these would be 5 really good signings. Could we afford them all in one transfer window? I'm not sure. But for me, if we can get these deals done, I think these 5 players would really improve our squad, improve our first 11, and give us a real chance next season of challenging for a place in the top 4, and also for the cup competitions in the Europa League as well. So let me know what you think. Are these 5 players that you would like to see? Is there any other players maybe that you feel would be better options in those positions? Please let me know in the comments below. below. We'll be back very soon with some live shows. Obviously, any transfers that are announced, we will bring you that coverage soon. And of course, don't forget, a month today, it's the start of the Women's Euros. We'll be at Old Trafford for that first game, England against Austria. We'll be giving real good coverage of the tournament here on Over and Over and Over Again. Nightly shows as well, looking at the games that's being played, looking at the Arsenal women as well. So all this is coming up on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I say, drop your comments in the box below what you think who your top 5 signings would be. What do you think of my list? And in the meantime, of course, as always, we'll see you very soon for a live show. Come on, you Gunners! Speak to you soon, guys. Take it easy.